Virgos, my fellow people. Hello, hello. You get the first reading with the new deck. This one's got cool edges. It's like a shiny, sparkly blue kind of thing going on. I dig it. I have no idea if I'm going to even be able to read with this deck, but I guess we'll see, won't we? I hope you're all doing well. If you celebrate the holidays, I hope you had happy holidays. If you do New Year's resolutions, or any of that shenanigans, I hope you do it well. Don't just do it for like the first week and then be done. That's not how it works. Granted, I've never done it. Okie dokie. Artichokes. Let's get into your. Ooh. We popped up in our own reading, Virgos. Virgoose, mongooses. We're the hermits. You darn right we are. Alright. Starting off the new year, the month of January. Okay, so we're attempting to make a change. Sort of. It's sort of like we're disconnecting from the world for a time so that way we can reconnect to it, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's sort of like you need to take time for yourself because it kind of feels like you went down a whole mental rabbit hole where your idea of the world has sort of shifted or strayed from what is true or factual, and now you're kind of just taking time to pull away, get grounded, take a second look, figure it out. That way you can go back into it with a fresh pair of eyes and actually sort of do something with it. Because it feels like right now you're looking around trying to like make sense of all of it, trying to actually do something with it, and it's sort of like a hologram trying to touch the physical world. It's not going to work. I don't know if you've seen Rick and Morty, but like the hologram Rick becomes like a actual physical Rick. It's kind of like that, except you don't have a wasp lay eggs in your eyes. I'm sorry for the imagery. All right. Okay. The problem being, I kind of get the feeling that from the place that you're standing in right now, you sort of don't really even want to reconnect to the world. Like, there's the part of you that's doing it because, okay, well, I know I have to, but also at the same time, like, I really don't want to, because F the world, and why should I change to fit, and sort of, generally you just don't want anything to do with it. But, sorry, I dropped my cards. I think a better way of looking at it is rather than changing to fit the world, it's not changing. It's imagine you're a tool and you can sort of step away from yourself as the tool for a moment to be the person who works on the tool. You're sort of adding, removing, shifting. You're recreating yourself in a way where your function stays exactly the same, but is more suited to the particular task at hand. Say you molded yourself into a screwdriver because you had to unscrew this, that, or the other thing, or because you've always been a screwdriver. In this case, you just sort of need to step away to mold yourself into a screwdriver that can fit into a space that you currently cannot. Look at it that way. I didn't realize he's had a greenish tint to him. It's my favorite color. It's like my favorite shade of green too. It's like a ridiculously dark color. It's so pretty. I like dark greens. Like that dark, pale, super bluish green. That color. That probably just looks like black to you. Alright. I got a bowl with a handle for ramen noodles for Christmas. Now I'm using it for tea. And soon coffee. In the subconscious, okay, so this kind of comes in layers. I think you're so it feels like ego's getting in the way. Not getting in the way in the sense of it's stopping you. Getting in the way in the sense of your ego is telling you that you're doing it for this reason or that reason, but ultimately that's just your ego trying to justify what you're doing because you don't want to do this and you wouldn't be doing this normally. But I get the feeling that it starts off with, well, because I'm like the master of my own element. You know, you throw me into this situation and I'm gonna thrive in it. That's what you're telling yourself. That's why you're saying, hey, that's really why I'm doing this. But beneath the surface, it's more of a I kind of get the feeling that you're doing this because you don't it's like you care for the people that care about you, essentially. So it's not that you're trying to live up to any expectations or anything. I don't really think you give a crap about that. It's more take it how it resonates. I'm just gonna say it this way because it's like the easiest for me. It's like you don't have to worry. It's like what you're saying to the other. You don't have to worry. I'll be fine. But take that however that fits. In your past, wow, we got 3, 4, 5 different suits, but okay. Okay. So I mean yeah, that's fair. You get good at something and suddenly you start to become pretty bored at it, right? But I'm bored of it. It's my experience, at least. I know for a lot of people they get good at something and it just makes them want to get even better, but who knows, maybe it's a Virgo thing, but I get the feeling that you sort of really tapped in, got really good at whatever it was that you were doing, and then I don't care. I'm bored. I'm sick of this. I don't want to do it anymore. You just became entirely apathetic. So, and I should specify, it's not really specific. It's general. It kind of feels like you just sort of became like a jack of all trades, master of all trades, and then you got bored shitless. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Which I find completely understandable, but you know. There are a lot of major arcana in this spread. I'll just throw that out there. Big reading. Okay. First half of the month of January. Let me do the second part of that before I continue with that. Okay. Sorry. Future is fucking cloudy, I guess. Because my brain just doesn't want to work with this. First half of the month. Okay. So it's sort of that, you know, when you're going to, okay, let's use vacation as an example. Let's like really step out of the box here. Let's take vacation as an example. When you're going on vacation, you know that feeling you get when you first book the flight or you first book the hotel, before anything's even packed, before anything's even planned out, just that initial phase where, okay, it's confirmed, it's happening. That level of excitement, that level of, I'm not even worried, I don't even care, I don't need to plan, I don't need to know what's going to happen, I'm just going to throw myself into this, I'm ready for this. It sort of feels like that's where you're at, but kind of like with like your approach toward your own happiness. Which might sound really weird for anyone that cross watches, but it'll make sense to a Virgo, I guess. Because, like, I can't just be happy. I have to, like, really understand why I'm happy and, like, think and, like, plan this. I gotta make sure everything's perfect before I let myself be happy. I can't just be happy. It doesn't work like that. But in this case, it feels like you're foregoing all of that need for control of the situation. You're just kind of, yeah, fuck it, let it happen. Cute Virgo. With my middle finger. I gave you my middle finger because that was hard to read. I know I'm one of you, but damn. second half of the month. Okay. For those of you who are finding your happiness in places where you are, I'll say forced, because what Virgo actually likes being around people, forced to collaborate with people. It kind of gives me the feeling that they're sort of like agents of chaos, kind of trying to come in and screw things up and make a problem, cause a scene. And for you, that's not really a problem. It gives the feeling like you and all of these people go in together, the same level of authority and control over this. But once all of your feet are in the door, once all of your bags are unpacked, once everything is settled, you're the leader. Like, you're the captain now. It's just how it is. Everybody shut up and listen to Virgo. Okay. I don't think I've ever had a hard time doing a Virgo reading before, but first time for everything, I guess. Internal influences. Okay, yeah. So, it's interesting. It's kind of like everything that you're doing is to sort of get yourself out of a rut that you put yourself into. Like, this is wherever you've been that has been problematic for you, it's something that it's a situation that you put yourself into and then allowed yourself to stay into. Now it's sort of you. It's almost like if you've been dealing with depression, but you didn't go to someone to seek help or try to deal with the depression, you just kind of let yourself slip into it and get comfy, not really knowing why, and then you come out on the other side with more of an understanding of yourself. Kind of that. But now it's like you being on the other side of that. Fucking hell. I'm having a hard time understanding my own reading for myself. I hope this don't apply to me, shit. I don't really do readings for myself. I try to just read for everybody else, but whatever. Externally. Okay. Okay, so I guess it wasn't so much of a depression, more like a it's okay, so you sort of knew what you wanted. You knew what made you happy. You knew it was going to make you happy. You just didn't know how to effectively use or apply the skills necessary to. It's like you had everything already. You just didn't know how to do it. example being, I want to be a painter. I have all the tools, all the supplies necessary to paint. I have all the skills. I just don't know how to go about actually making money being a painter. You figured it out. Apply these things how they resonate, because I know I'm not very eloquent. I suck at speaking, but damn. A for effort, I guess. Okay. Wow. Our hopes and fears, we're looking fucking generous. Okay. Okay, no. Oh, okay. Ixnay, scratch that. Not generous. It sort of looks like we're the one looking for generosity. Sort of like it's not even like we're looking for it from other people. It's kind of a spiritual thing where I get the feeling you're sort of holding your hand out. God, please, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing, man. And, like, help. It just, sort of fill me back up. I'm kind of miserable over here. Everything sucks right now. I'm unhappy. I don't want to do anything. I'm apathetic. I'm bored. I'm sick of it. I don't care. Sort of like you're just holding your hand out, hoping that poof, magically things are gonna... Oh shit, I'm better now. Damn. Hopefully they do. Outcome. Now, hold on a minute. Okay. So, it kind of comes in stages. You start off just... Initially, I don't really see that muck, that mire that you've been in mentally going away immediately. You just kind of have to thug it out and wade through the mud for a while waiting, hoping things get better. Just one foot at a time. As you do that, for you, it seems like it's going to feel like slowly things are just kind of popping up out of nowhere. That might make me happy. That might make the situation better. That might bring me motivation, little bit by little bit. Like as you keep just pushing yourself one more day, these like little sprinkles, these little twinkles of light just kind of pop up out of nowhere, sort of guiding you in the right direction. None of it really seems like it's really going to make you happy at first. But as you keep pushing forward, as you keep letting these little sparkles, these little twinkles of light guide you, eventually you do end up finding happiness. If it's sort of like some semblance of happiness, it doesn't really matter, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you are happy here, just And it takes you some time to get there. So bear with it for now. Thug it out. And you'll be fine. You got this. One foot in front of the other. Virgo. What do I resist feeling right now? We have to feel it to heal it. In order to let go of pain, we first have to honor its existence. Emotions are like waves. Some are soft and some are fierce. Some are layered and some will sweep you off your feet. When we allow ourselves to feel it all, we can then release what no longer serves us. Your sole action for the month. Allow yourself to feel this wave. Let it move through you no matter how long it lasts. Then release it back into the ocean. Feel it, heal it, enjoy the sweet freedom within your soul. Unfortunately, it resonated for me. I'm a miserable Virgo. Not really. No. I'm an apathetic Virgo. I kind of lost interest in the whole society and worldly thing. I want to just go live in the woods. Why the hell does it have to be a Leo? If I find a spot and I claim it, I defend it with my life, it should be mine, right? Doesn't that make sense? I don't know. Anyways, Virgo, I kind of hope it didn't resonate. If it did resonate, I hope it helped you with the week ahead. Month ahead. Scratch that. That's all for now. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Peace be with you. Until next time.